tonight on Evening.
Welcome from West Seattle, and welcome special guest Michelle Lee.
Hi.
Nice to have you with us tonight.
Good to be here.
One of our stories is going to be about this hot sauce. So good, we're told, that you can eat it on rocks.
Plus, we've got Kim on the red carpet at the Golden Globe Awards. She's covering all the glitz, all the glamour, and she looks pretty glamorous herself.
She sure does.
And a Seattle race car driver sets her sights on a new adventure. Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Michelle Lee from King 5 Mornings.
I thought I recognized you.
You are not awake. You are sleeping.
I never miss an episode.
Well, I stay awake for you guys at evening.
That's very
so
kind.
I love seeing you. And also I'm here while Kim is traveling back from the Golden Globes.
We are very excited to have you here. We are very excited to be here as well. We're at Luna Park Cafe in West Seattle. Luna Park, of course, named after Jim.
Oh, I know. It was an amusement park in West Seattle from 1907 to 1913.
Professor
good
James
job.
Dever.
Thank you. I study
All
West
the
Seattle
facts.
history. Another thing I study is hot sauce. And that's what we're going to tell you about right now. This hot sauce is not only delicious, it is also the culmination of a dream for a woman from Edmonds.
Woo.
There's something spicy, simmering in Snohomish.
I gotta have the goggles to protect my eyes.
It's called wok sauce,
Now it will cook for 3 to 4 hours.
and it makes wings take flight.
Woo! That's good.
Desiree Agu first cooked up the idea for her signature concoction more than 20 years ago.
Taking a long time to get it this way.
When the Atlanta native moved to Edmonds in the late 90s, she missed the flavors of home.
I kind of put all of that in there.
So, for more than a decade,
These are my secret spices.
Desiree worked to perfect this hot combination of Caribbean and Southern seasonings.
This is what I came up with.
She served it up to family and friends.
And my brother said, "You have to sell this! You have to sell this!" People eat it on everything. Tofu, cauliflower, snap peas. It tastes good on almost anything, even rocks.
Desiree was inspired to complete a course in business, borrow her son's nickname, Wocky, and bring Wocky sauce to the masses.
I'm very honored that people actually send me emails and they tell me, "I love your sauce," and I just get, full of emotion every time they tell me.
Now she brews up and bottles small batches of the coveted blend with some help from her sister Tammy
That garlic, garlic.
and their friend Crystal.
We get together on the weekend and it's like a girl's time. We talk, we laugh.
Dancing is a regular part of this.
Desiree grew up with a learning disability,
When I was little, I never thought I would be able to achieve anything.
but now she works with special ed students as a teaching assistant,
I push them because I have been there.
sharing her own life lessons of patience and perseverance.
Sometimes things I never even knew I could do.
Turns out, some dreams can be cooked up, bottled, and shared with the world.
Anything that you want to do, you can do it.
Oh, that sauce is so good, and you can get Wocky sauce at Double D Meats in Mount Lake Terrace, one of your favorite
Yeah.
stomping grounds.
I love it.
You can also pick up a bottle right now by visiting our King 5 Evening Instagram page.
Yeah, because we are giving away 2 bottles of Wocky sauce.
Yep.
All you have to do is go to Instagram, look for the post with the picture, and follow the instructions there.
Okay.
That sauce is hot. I'll tell you who else is hot. The Seattle Seahawks, after beating Philadelphia over
Such
the
a
weekend,
great
17
game.
to 9. One
next?
interesting fun fact is that this is the first time a bird versus bird playoff game that the home team has lost.
Really?
Yeah, the Seahawks broke that record. It was 10-0. Now it's 10-1. Next stop, Green Bay Packers.
You are full of trivia. I've always said Saint is very trivial to this show.
Oh, come
Very
on.
trivial.
Come on. I like that fun fact, but can I say this? I have a confession. I am a Packers fan when they are not playing the Seahawks. No, when they're not playing the Seahawks. So I'm clearly voting for the Seahawks.
I'll
here.
allow it.
But it's tough. Lambeau Field is a tough
It is
place to
tough.
play, and I
It
don't
is
think
tough.
the Seahawks have won since the 90s.
You know, another thing a lot of men were doing this weekend was getting pedicures.
What?
I'm speaking only of my own family because my daughter thought it would be fun to get a little family pedicure. So
I hope you didn't bring pictures.
she took us all. Yeah, you're looking at a picture right there. That is me. The woman is. She's clipping my nails
Oh,
there.
this
And
is not right
I'm
for
so
TV.
sorry to bring
I
this to
don't
you,
think
but
this is evening
that's
TV.
the worst part, though. The clipping.
Yeah.
I learned so many things about this, about what people go through who get pedicures.
Oh my gosh, yesterday was a huge day in television for King 5. First we had that awesome Seahawks game, and then the Golden Globes.
I think like a lot of you, I was sitting on the couch all day, maybe lying down on the couch as hours ticked by, being very, very lazy, enjoying myself. But somebody who was not on the couch, obviously, was Kim.
Yeah, she was down in LA on the red carpet. She had to miss the game, but she did not miss the Golden Globes. And you know what? She dressed for the occasion.
Yeah, who can blame me when I realized that the Seahawks game was going to be happening at the exact same time as the red carpet? I had to find a way to root for them, so I just did it with my fashion choices, the colors that I was wearing. But it was the stars who really brought it, fashion-wise and otherwise. Take a look.
From a distance, it's all glamour, but covering the red carpet is a tight squeeze.
But Bombshell Part 2.
That's right.
No, I'm sorry. In a good way.
I admit to checking the score on my phone when I could, but the procession of recognizable faces is a whirlwind, and they're as starstruck as anyone.
Okay, dream selfie tonight would be with...
Probably Reese Witherspoon.
You just hugged Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
Is your work done now?
Yeah.
The attendees ranged from presenters
It's nerve-wracking to walk and talk, I find, don't you? At the same time.
Always, yes.
to nominees.
For people who have not seen Dolomite yet, I feel like you need to answer a question in the way that your character would answer a question.
What would you like me to say? Think. Let's talk about it clearly. What would you like to discuss, Arena?
To ultimate winners like Rocket Man's Taron Egerton and composer Bernie Taupin.
Which Elton John song would best describe this experience tonight?
Well, it's Sunday, isn't it? So it can't be Saturday night's all right for fighting, but let's say Sunday night's all right for fighting, all right?
As time ticked down to the start of the show,
Hey,
the stars rushed inside,
Olivia!
and interviews devolved to one-way conversations.
Taylor! Hi, Laura! Rita! Hi, Rita! Can you say hi to Seattle? Say hi to Seattle!
But every second I spent there was a thrill.
Tiffany! It was such a great night, and it's really been an incredible year for TV and film. So with this, award season is officially underway, and I'm actually heading back to Seattle. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Evening.
Coming up next, it's Chow Down time at Luna Park.
Yum. Plus, what's next for this Seattle local who's tearing up the racetrack?
Welcome back, everyone. We are at Luna Park Cafe in West Seattle, and we have to talk about the food.
Yes, Michelle, this is one of the best things about hosting the show is the food. We're at Luna Park, which means we have legendary milkshakes. This is the hot fudge milkshake right here. And then I have got the Elvis waffle with peanut butter. Bananas, just one of the many tributes to the king you'll find when you're looking around here.
Yeah, that's a breakfast item, but they have breakfast items all through the day.
My
And
kind of place.
We're going to move from breakfast through lunch and onward. What's for lunch? Or no, that's actually breakfast.
This is breakfast. So this is it's kind of like breakfast and lunch.
You
It's
could,
a taco
yeah.
pile, but then it's topped with an egg, and then you have an English muffin there.
I'm going to call that brunch.
Brunch, yeah. And this is a chili burger, self-explanatory, but the fries are amazing because they're also breaded and
I'll be the
crunchy.
judge of that.
Oh, they're so good.
But not right now because I have to talk, and I always talk with food in my mouth.
Sure, I'll do it.
And then we get
Don't do
emails,
that.
and it gets really ugly.
Yeah.
This, my friends, is your classic meatloaf, mashed potatoes, broccoli, and biscuit, and it is delicious. You know, another nice thing about this place is that you are surrounded by history here.
You know, I've been here a lot, but this is the first time I noticed this giant lunchbox
Yeah,
collection.
isn't that cool?
Look at the Dukes of Hazzard one. That's the one
Yes.
you had when you were a kid.
Yeah, never saw that show, but a show that everyone saw Anyone growing up here, at least, was J.P. Patches, and his original jacket from 1962 is hanging here at Luna Park Cafe.
Also, if you notice, there is a mascot here. It's the little devil guy. Well, that was used from an old advertisement in the Luna Park.
It's a bold choice for a mascot, isn't
I know,
it?
the devil, but hey, whatever.
How's the coffee?
It's great, but I need to get some more to hang out with you guys.
Oh,
Are you
all
okay?
right.
Do you want anything?
Yeah, good opportunity to get a little bit more root beer.
Okay.
Forget, that's okay. You know, over the next few weeks, we will be introducing you to some extraordinary local women who are accomplishing some amazing things.
Yeah, all of them are graduates of WGU. It's an online nonprofit university that is based in Kent.
Tonight, Ellen introduces us to a woman who is on a whole new track after spending most of her life on the racetrack.
Molly Helmuth, that's her in the white car, number 90, has always been, and there's really no other way to say this, driven.
So when I was 3 years old, I'd actually come to Evergreen Speedway and sit in these grandstands and watch my uncle race, and I thought it was the coolest thing. I have always been an adrenaline junkie, so when I was 11 years old, I came back out to Evergreen Speedway, but in a go-kart.
Molly went from go-karts to real-life race cars, and for 13 years, she spent her life at about 120 miles an hour. Signing autographs, meeting fans, she even talked with Margaret on New Day.
Oh, yeah.
Any serious injuries?
Just like a couple minor concussions, but that's about it.
No biggie.
No biggie.
And then last year, Molly decided to take on a new challenge.
Yeah, so I started 90 Creative November of 2018.
9D Creative, named after her car number, 90. Now, Molly helps businesses build their brands, from designing websites to shooting videos, another thing she learned during racing. She even got a marketing degree from WGU Washington while still racing to make sure she was ready.
Yeah, my schedule when I was racing, it was waking up and working out and eating healthy and going to the shop and sending out merchandise packages to my fans. With my busy racing schedule, I really needed that flexibility that WGU gave me to be able to open my computer at any point of any given day and study. The college was sitting right in front of me.
And while she's no longer on the track, the skills Molly learned while racing have really helped her in her new career.
Racing really taught me a lot of patience and persistence and dedication and work ethic. And I think that being an entrepreneur and having all these traits that I learned throughout racing has really been a benefit for 90 Creative. I wouldn't be who I am without racing, and I wouldn't have the business without racing.
Thank you, Ellen. To find out more about Molly and WGU, go to our website at king5evening.com.
I'm wondering where my root beer float is, Michelle.
Where is Michelle?
I don't know. Last year we did a really successful series, and we're going to do it again this year.
Right, it's the 12 Under 12 series. We're at it again.
And we need your help.
That's right, Evening wants to recognize your talented tot, whether they're a young entrepreneur or a great athlete or just dedicated to making the world a better place.
We're working with Kaiser Permanente to recognize the achievements of outstanding young people in our series called 12 Under 12. Okay, and here's an example of what we're talking about. It's a story we did last year about an extraordinary kid from Gig Harbor.
Some of Zachary Darner's earliest memories are ones he'd rather forget. His 6-week-old baby brother hooked up to tubes in a hospital.
It was horrible. He had a urinary tract infection and then something else, and I hated it, and it was really scary.
But that scary time became a source of inspiration.
Zach kind of said, you know, Mom, I really want to give kids something that'll make them feel good at the hospital. And I just kind of said, you know, what is that, Zach? What do you think would make them feel good? And he said, toys, Mom. All kids love toys.
That year, Zach set a goal of collecting 50 toys for hospitalized kids. He raised nearly 300. Not satisfied, he raises his goal the following year to 1,000 toys.
Oh, there we go.
He surpasses that number, too.
We have 1,589 toys. My favorite part is just getting the toys and delivering them. Just delivering them is so amazing. The hospitals are so supportive and I love it.
When he's not delivering toys, Zach is busy collecting them, through public donations or sharing his story with local groups. He's named his cause Kids Helping Kids.
I feel great doing it. It just makes me really happy inside, and I want kids to feel happy during Christmas time.
This past holiday, recipients Mary Bridge and Seattle Children's Hospital were blown away when Zach and his helpers turned over nearly 6,000 toys. Santa may live at the North Pole, but a kid from Kitsap County also knows a thing or two about giving.
Giving is contagious. There. If you see someone do it, you'll want to do it.
Sorry,
Hey,
just
she's
had
back.
to for the root
Floaty's
beer.
back.
Sorry about that.
We have an update, by the way, on Zachary's story. He did it again this year. 5,500 toys that he donated to local hospitals, and he says he's going to keep doing this every year.
That's right. If you know of a great kid like Zach, you can submit their name and accomplishments to us online at 12under12@king5.com in 300 words or less. Tell us about the young person you think deserves to be recognized. Chosen nominees will receive an award, and we'll feature them on a future episode of Evening.
Coming up next, a WSU study that's making people say...
That's a thing?
Oh, you're going to love this, Michelle. Plus, the woman behind Pantone's 2020 Color of the Year.
Portions of Evening sponsored by Western Governors University.
All right, and we're jamming to the music off of one of the jukeboxes here at Luna Park Cafe in West Seattle. That's my radio voice, Michelle. You are welcome to it. There you go.
I love it. Okay. I do have to switch subjects because Wazoo, we know, does great research.
Yes.
Right? Well, they have this new study that says if you flirt with your coworkers, it can actually reduce stress.
Really? I don't know if that's true, but it does sound like that's a thing.
That's a thing?
The study came out in December, and it basically says it's relatively harmless and, in fact, possibly beneficial to do a little casual, light flirting with coworkers.
Interesting. The benefits are supposedly that you feel better about yourself and
All
you
right.
feel more relaxed in the office.
I'm not so sure
Does it
about
seem
that.
like you could also feel sexually harassed by such a thing?
Well, the study made a clear distinction between unwanted sexual advances and
Okay.
harassment
They did.
and this, this casual.
Okay, I'm going to try it right now. Okay?
Okay.
Saint, you look lovely.
Jim, you look lovelier every day.
That was great, don't you think?
I
You
feel
feel
better.
better?
I feel better.
You're really pretty.
I'm blushing. I don't want that. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm just kidding. You know what? I did meet my husband at work, so it worked out for me. Even though I don't know if it caused less stress or more.
In the long run.
Coming up next, meet the local woman behind Pantone's Color of the Year.
What color is it?
Find out.
Next. Welcome back to Evening Tonight with special guest Michelle Lee.
Thanks for having me. Hey, did you hear that the folks at Pantone recently announced the Color of the Year?
I actually did, and for more on 2020's signature shade, we visit with the woman who picked it out.
What is it?
Lee Eisman, who calls Bainbridge Island home, is well known by companies around the world as the international guru of color.
There's a psychology of color that works in the marketplace, and essentially that's what I do, help companies reach a decision about what colors are the proper colors to use.
Lee is a color consultant. One of her jobs, she works with Pantone, helping them pick the color of the year.
And I think that anybody in the color world knows Pantone. And through Pantone, I work on forecasts that then impact all other industries.
It takes a keen eye to do what Lee does. She constantly travels the world looking for the next color of the year.
Now, I'm always quick to tell people, we are not here to dictate the color. That's not what it's about.
2018's color of the year was ultraviolet. 2019, living coral. And 2020's color of the year,
drumroll,
is classic blue. Pantone says it instills calm, confidence, and connection, and this enduring hue highlights our desire for a stable foundation on which to build as we cross into a new era. That is a lot to expect from a color. I'm just relieved that all my blue stuff will be on trend this year.
Viewers at home may notice that only one of us is wearing 2020's Color of the Year, and that person would be idea? Me. It's in my shirt.
That is very debatable.
I'm Mr. Style.
You are Mr. Style.
I think we know the answer to that one.
Well, unfortunately, we are out of time, but we want to thank Luna Park Cafe for hosting us today.
And we want to thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
And great meatloaf. By the way, tomorrow on the show, we'll have a chance to tell you how you can help uncover Seattle history.
But up next, it's America's Got Talent. Have a great evening.